Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to share a post-burn review of Kringle Candle Vancouver Cabin. Vancouver Cabin is a part of the Kringle Candle Fall 2025 lineup. We did not see any country candle jars this fall because if you are not familiar, Kringle did decide to discontinue the country candle line. The last run was with the spring summer fragrances this year. I have to say, I was kind of secretly hoping that we might get a few more of the classic jar fall fragrances because country candle was no longer a thing. I thought maybe we could see like 8 in this collection, or potentially even 12 to make up from the essentially 6 that we were missing from the country candle line, but we only saw 6 fragrances for fall. I do anticipate that we will probably see some kind of fall limited edition collection, and probably also a fall like reserve collection as well. Nothing like that has been said by Kringle Candle, but I'm just basing this off of what we have experienced in previous seasons, in previous years. There tends to be a pretty predictable cycle when it comes to Kringle Candle. So I don't think this is it for fall, but I gotta say I was a little bummed that we only got 6 candles in the official fall lineup. I think they could have definitely added a few more. And another complaint that I would definitely agree with, because a lot of you guys have voiced this, I do think that Kringle should have definitely released more gourmands. I talked a little bit more about this earlier in the day when I shared my review of the apple rum cake fragrance, which is also part of the fall 2025 lineup here. But yeah, I feel like they could have gone a little bit more gourmand versus conceptual and perfumey. I really think that Kringle tends to favor the more conceptual fragrances. Unfortunately, I think that most people are maybe a little more comfortable with gourmands, and most of us just expect that in the fall, right? Like most of us love fall home fragrance because you get all of these amazing scents that just smell completely edible, right? And it's so much easier, especially when you're doing a blind buy, which we usually have to do when it comes to Kringle because they're mostly available online. But it's just easier for someone to imagine what a, gourmand candle smells like versus what a Vancouver Cabin smells like. We're gonna get into Vancouver Cabin here, and I gotta say, this is actually one of my new Holy Grail fragrances from Kringle. It has had a little bit of an issue, so I'm willing to overlook it because I love the fragrance so much, but it will influence the size that I order the next go around. So, but yeah, anyway, I really do genuinely like this fragrance, and I really like all of the scents in the fall lineup for the most part, but I think they should have added in more gourmands. I think they could have definitely done these perfumey conceptual scents, and they would have gone over a lot better had there been the addition of at least a few more gourmands to choose from. So anyway, for what it's worth, those are my thoughts. I think that Kringle tries very hard to make sure that they try to please everyone. It's not always going to be possible, but it just kind of is what it is sometimes. But yeah, for what it's worth, those are my thoughts. Let's go ahead and dig into Vancouver Cabin here. If you're interested in ordering this one, I'll have it linked at the top of the description box. If it's not on sale when you go to purchase it, you can use my discount code Melanie15, and that will save you 15% off your order at checkout. So feel free to include that to save a little bit more money. But the fall candles have gone on sale now. So if you want, you can probably actually get these on sale at this point already. So, all right, let's dig into Vancouver Cabin. First, let's go ahead and read through the scent description. Then I will address the top, middle, and base notes. I'll tell you what my nose smells in this fragrance predominantly. We'll then get into the overall strength and throw, which is where I have a little bit of an issue with this one. And then we will get into the overall burn quality last. So let's dig into the scent description here. Tucked away in the misty woods, Vancouver cabin captures the essence of a crisp autumn escape, where cedar and bergamot drift through the air like the first breath of dawn. As the fire crackles, warm amber, earthy moss, and balsamic woods wrap you in the quiet, smoky embrace of the season. The top notes are bergamot and cedar. The mid notes are balsamic and patchouli, and at the base we have moss and amber. The first thing that I want to say about this particular fragrance, because I know with a scent like this, it's really hard to imagine what you're getting. I feel like when I just read through the description and the notes, it kind of makes me think that this is going to be a very aggressive, kind of heavy, almost oppressive, perfumey type of fragrance. And I will say, I do think it definitely has a more perfumey vibe. In fact, I would love to wear this as a perfume, but it really actually, despite these notes, it really is a softer, prettier fragrance. If I were to describe the perfuminess of this, I feel like it smells more of like a unisex type of perfume. It's not super masculine. It's not super feminine. I'm not saying it smells like the CK1 perfume from the 90s, but it's that same kind of CK1 vibe where whether you tend to like more masculine fragrances or more feminine fragrances when it comes to the perfumey ones, usually most people really enjoyed that CK1 because it really truly was right in the middle. And that is kind of where I think this one lands. It's so beautiful. I would absolutely wear this as a perfume myself. I tend to wear fragrances that are a little bit more heavy, maybe a little bit more spicy or woody sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I love a good gourmand perfume. I love to smell like a snack, but I also like the more conceptual perfume fragrances as well, and this one is so pretty, you guys. So yes, you do smell that bergamot, but it's a very soft, subdued bergamot this time around. Same with the cedar. It's a very clear, distinct cedar tree note, like a fresh, like very green, bright cedar tree note, but it's not super aggressive. The balsamic, I don't really think this smells balsamic to my nose, but I do get that patchouli. And it once again is that very beautiful, perfumey patchouli that is not overly earthy, not overly aggressive or dirty smelling, just really pretty and perfumey. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with the dog situation. Ignore them. The base, the moss. Yes, there is a true green mossiness going on here. But again, soft, pretty. A little bit of earthiness with that moss, but definitely still leans very beautiful in the presentation of it, if that makes sense. And the amber. This is really my favorite part. It's always my favorite part when it comes to the perfumey Kringle candle fragrances. They use the most beautiful, sophisticated, warm, resinous amber note that just smells so pretty, you guys. I really love the amber in here, and I think it really makes this fragrance stand apart from some of the other conceptual fragrances that we've seen from Kringle Candle. But I think this is beautiful. I love the label on this one. I really love Vancouver, Canada. We also have Vancouver, Washington, which is definitely very different from Vancouver, Canada. So yeah, this is the view. This is the Vancouver view that I would like to see, not the one in Vancouver, Washington. But yeah, just that beautiful kind of fresh mountain air. The fragrance smells clean, but also kind of cozy at the same time. It's lovely. I think a lot of people would really like this one. But here's the problem with it for me. The strength and the throw in this 2-wick format is far too light for what I'm looking for with the performance here. So I will be ordering this again, but I'm gonna order it in the 4-wick. The strength and throw of this 2-wick is just not enough for me. I would put the strength at 5. And that is like the best that it has performed, is a strength of about a 5. That is still kind of in the medium range, but it's the lower end of the medium range in terms of throw or strength, I guess I should say. And it's just not enough for me. I wanted more oomph from this, and I could just never get it. I thought maybe I would hit like a fragrance pocket or something, but I think it's just a lighter fragrance. So I think having some more surface area and those 2 extra wicks is gonna give me probably more along the lines of what I like to see from the 2 wicks, which will be fine. That'll be plenty, as long as I can smell it a little bit better. The throw, I would also only put at about somewhere between a 4 and a 5. It really doesn't travel super far. I have had this burning mostly in the downstairs powder room, where it smells a lot more potent, I will say. But, you know, I want this in the main areas of the house. It's such a beautiful fragrance. It really is a nice fall perfumey scent, but honestly, I don't think a lot of people were looking for perfuminess for fall from Kringle, so I can understand why some people skipped over this one. But I would really encourage you to maybe check this out in the daylights or the wax melts. It really is an absolutely fantastic fragrance, and I think a lot of people would love it. You just need to give it a chance. And then if you really do love it, I would say if you're looking to invest in a larger format, go for the 4-wick. Don't bother with the 2-wick unless you're one of those people that's a little bit more sensitive to fragrance. If you just want something subtle, a beautiful background fragrance for the fall, go for it. Go for it in the 2-wick. But if you're like me normally and you really like to smell your home fragrance, you're gonna have to size up. So that's the only major bummer about this one. And it is disappointing because normally I feel like the 2-wick tumblers, 9 times out of 10, they perform good enough in my house where I just need to light 1 2-wick Kringle in the front part of my house and 1 2-wick candle towards the back part of the house. They meet in the middle, they fragrance the entire downstairs. And then if I'm having a good airflow day in the foyer or entry area, those fragrances will also get carried up into the upstairs of the house. So this is a more like open concept, high ceiling type situation that I'm dealing with here. And in this particular home layout, the Vancouver cabin is really struggling. So for what it's worth, size up. I'm going to. Listen, the fragrance is amazing. I just need more oomph from it. Overall burn quality, no issues there. As you can see, I am actually well beyond the halfway point with this one. I mean, I have been burning this like it's been my job. And this is with, you know, burning a lot of these Kringle Halloween candles at the same time. Like I was basically lighting this in our downstairs powder room every single day and just enjoying the heck out of it. It really is a lovely scent. It's got a very clean burn. As you can see, that wax has not discolored at all. This morning with the apple rum cake review, I mentioned that you don't want to leave that one lit for more than about 3.5 hours. I have let this one go as long as 8 hours and I've had 0 issues. So this one does not burn quite as hot as the apple rum cake. Maybe if it did, it would give me a little more oomph, but I prefer kind of being able to let these go a little bit longer. So I'll just go with a 4-wick the next time. But yeah, overall, nice, clean, beautiful burn. No complaints there. Those wicks are great. Let's turn it around to that gorgeous label there again to finish this video out. I love it. I think it's definitely worth trying. I think the only real problem is that if you are wanting this to be a total powerhouse, I don't think it's going to be that for you. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on Vancouver Cabin in the comments down below. If you are gonna ask me about the candle pedestal, let me just get that out of the way because I feel like I'm gonna get lots of questions about it as I go through these fall reviews. This is a HomeWorks candle pedestal that I purchased years ago off of QVC. It actually came in a really like shiny gold finish, and I mean like a gaudy gold. It was so gold, and while I really liked the design, the color was a bit aggressive. So I spray painted it a matte white and then got some sandpaper and just sanded off some of the white so that that shiny gold could shine through. And I think it looks really good like this. So you might be able to find this piece somewhere on eBay. So don't be surprised if when you come across it, it's a horrific gold. That's the original color. I just chose to customize mine. So you probably can find this one out there somewhere on eBay or Mercari or Poshmark or wherever, you know, people resell things these days. So you can certainly look for it there. But yeah, it's a HomeWorks candle pedestal. So if you're interested, look for, I guess, it was like a pumpkin and like nest or stick design. I don't remember the actual name of it, but I'm sure if you just plop in some keywords, you'll be able to locate it. All right, I really appreciate you guys being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, and I will chat with you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.